Hey, New Beauty. Hey, Alexis. You about to hit the hey this early? Hey, Janelle. Hey, Tasia. I'm glad you got your notifications too. Come on in. Hey, Brittany. What y'all doing? Well, Alexis, you finna go to sleep. You must have had a long day. Hey, Natalie. Hey, Brianna Rogers. You must be to go to bed at 8 o'clock. I mean, you hitting hay pretty early. That's pretty early. Gotta be tired. Hey, B Bonds, ready for girl chat and Cliff? Hopefully, I mean, if Cliff shows up, child. You know, Cliff been MIA lately. I needed that. Okay, haha. I woke up at 2 p.m. today. Oh, girl, what? You really shouldn't be sleeping in. Oh my goodness. Well, sometimes it be like that. Sometimes it be like that. Sometimes just like I just didn't even get enough. I need to get some more. Maybe make enough for sleep that you didn't get before. What we eating? I have some grilled catfish and grilled shrimp and what else? I had some broccoli bites. So once I get off this live, I'm gonna finish my food. Hey, having to work late. Glad to have some company and entertainment. Welcome. Welcome. We're glad you're here too. Little Dewey's. I don't know if this is just a local thing or what. I ate Five Guys. Man, low key, I ain't gonna lie, I miss burgers a little bit. I miss having like a nice juicy burger. But there's a burger from, I believe it's Morningstar, a vegan burger that I eat sometimes. It's not that bad. It's not the same, but it's not bad. Hey, Fedora. I had a salmon Cobb salad. Ooh, that sounds good. Let me go make a bowl of cereal and get comfortable. Okay, girl. I had salmon and broccoli. That sounds delicious. Salmon and broccoli. Yes, I don't eat meat a lot, but I wanted a cheeseburger. I mean, sometimes, like some days, it's just like I just want a cheeseburger. Like one day, I'm gonna risk it and see how my body reacts. But okay, you guys. I don't really have too many planned topics for this video, but there's been something that has been really like on my mind lately. Nothing serious. So, okay, I don't know, girl, you gonna get gas. You know what? I forgot about Impossible Burgers. You're right. I need to go get me an Impossible Burger. That's what I need to do. Because they tasted pretty. That's about as close as you gonna get, I think. My left eye is swollen because a pair of lashes. Make sure you're not wearing your lashes too many times. Oh my goodness, Casman, I'm so sorry to hear that. Um, but I'm trying to see. I switch lashes a lot because I have my own lashes, and plus people send me lashes and stuff all the time. So I'm lucky in that way. I do switch my lashes a lot. But thanks for the reminder. Thank you, and I'm so sorry that's happening to you. I was using hair glue, and somebody told me that somebody got an eye infection that way, and I haven't used it since. Even though I used hair glue for years, I used it for literal years when applying my lashes. But when I saw somebody got a serious eye infection, I just stopped using it because, child, I'm I'm already halfway to blind, so I don't need to speed up that process in any way. But like I said, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's terrible. Hey Marlon. Okay, so this is what I was saying. Like, I feel like I be having ADHD sometimes when I'm on this live. I just completely forget what I was about to say. But I wanted to talk about how Real Housewives of Atlanta and Real Housewives of Potomac fans have ruined these shows for me. Because let me tell you, the comments, the fandoms it's toxic. It's just toxic. It's toxic, y'all. It's so toxic. And you know what really made me realize it? I've been watching the Housewives of Beverly Hills. I never gave it a chance, never really wanted to watch it, but somebody told me it was good, so I was like, okay, let me just give it a chance. So I'm watching this show and I realized I enjoy watching a show without the outside noise. And I know a lot of y'all like, well, why don't you just not look at the comments, or why don't you just not look at Twitter or whatever? It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to stay away. Maybe that's a me issue, but it's hard to stay away because especially after you watch an episode and you're used to like going to Twitter or you're used to like looking at the comments, you're gonna look. But the reason why I say it's so toxic is because people are irrational. It's like stand behavior that bothers me, I think. Because if you like one person, if that person is your fave, they can do no wrong. Nothing. Even you can't critique them in any way, or somebody's going to jump on you. You can't, I mean, like, even if they're dead wrong and we have evidence of them being wrong, they don't want to hear it. And then if they hate someone, even if they do something right, they're going to be criticized for it. So it's like this irrational behavior that it kind of reminds me of high school. Maybe I'm triggered because it kind of reminds me of high school. It kind of people be gaslighting in the comments. It's just, and it gets really, really nasty. It gets really nasty. For a reality show, they doing a lot. I know you exactly. You would think they would be paying their bill exactly. And I got a taste of it whenever I reviewed the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion last year. I truly got a taste of it because people were in my comments, they were in my DMs trying to tell me how to feel about certain people on the show, like kind of going off on me. And I'm like, oh, these people are crazy. See what I'm talking about? The disrespect is girl chat with Cliff. Shut up, Cliff. You know you're welcome as long as you don't start acting a fool. The gaslighting is real, especially this season with Giselle and Potomac. And I had to stop watching Potomac. I stopped watching Potomac until I'm gonna let all of it play out, and I'm gonna watch it once it's done because I'm tired. I can't. Fandoms everywhere are toxic. Haha, I don't even go on fan pages, fan accounts. I don't have social media, so I don't get the flood of comments from other places. But YouTube, like even some of the reviewers they produce that same sort of rhetoric. I've noticed with the shows that are predominantly Black. Thank you. And I was getting to that. Let me get to Black, the Black shows. So Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real Housewives of Potomac, those are the main franchises that I've seen, right? I've seen whenever Jersey was on, I've seen like the first few seasons of Jersey, but I fell off of that one, so I can't really speak too much for that show. But when I tell you I'm watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I've never seen such a dark, such a scandalous, such a, I mean, it just really is, some of that stuff is really deep down in the gutter. I mean, I ain't never seen some of the trash that I've seen on this franchise. Okay. I feel like at Housewives of Atlanta and Housewives of Potomac, that's child's play compared to some of the stuff I've seen on this show. You think you hate Kenya? Wait till you the gutter, and it's ghetto and it's hood and it's all of that. It's whatever it is. It's good. I'm telling you, it's some dirty stuff that's been done on this show. And let me tell you, it's a different type of drama. It is not like, it's very like the stuff that happens on Potomac and Atlanta is very light. It's very light compared to this show. So I'm like, y'all must not watch this show, because the stuff that's happening on Atlanta ain't don't touch this stuff. I mean, let me tell you, there are people on Housewives of Beverly Hills. I've seen people on drugs. I've seen family, like people and their families not talking to each other because of stuff that happened on the show, like certain members of the show getting in between sisters and literally like almost encouraging an alcoholic to be isolated from their family. Like, not me saying, oh, you messed around with a stripper on a bachelorette party. Not nothing like that. But something like, oh, this woman has this debilitating disease that is keeping her like bedridden almost. And you're trying to tell her that she has, what is it, Munchausen, that makes you think that makes you like fake like you're sick so that you'll get sympathy. Yeah, a woman on this show has really accused another woman who is clearly sick that she is all in her mind and she's faking it for sympathy. Like, just sick, disgusting, nasty, trifling, awful things. And I'm like, there is no way Kim and her sister are dysfunctional. That's what I'm talking about. And when Brandy got in between Kim and her sister, yes, as dysfunctional as they are, right? I think Brandy, like physically blocking her sister from checking on her to make sure she hasn't relapsed, that's one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. And she literally pushed her, like, it wasn't a flight of steps, it was like a couple of steps, but she pushed her down the steps to keep her away. When I tell you, I would have grabbed, I was already done with Brandy at that point, but when I tell you, I would have grabbed Brandy and we would have been on the floor rolling. Because I don't really know how to fight, but it would have had to been something. It would have had to, because my sister has possibly relapsed and you won't even let me check on her. Brandy is horrible. She's Kenya 10 times. That's why I'm like, I can't believe y'all go in on Kenya. And yeah, Kenya, yes, she deserves it. Yeah, she deserves to be criticized and reprimanded, definitely. But the way that y'all just go in on her is too much. It's just too much, especially when you had this white woman over here doing way worse. Pinky, you would have thrown some punches. I would have tried. Because family issues, there's a difference between you getting in between me and my friends. Friendships fall apart, but you get in between me and my family, and I'm trying to, regardless of our strained relationship, regardless of Kyle and Kim's strained relationship, I do believe Kyle loves her and she doesn't want her to relapse. So if you get in between me and that, oh yeah, we rolling around. I've never watched, and now probably, you know what? If I knew what I knew now, I probably would have never watched this show, because it is some really dark stuff. I had to take a break from it, but y'all, I'm in too deep now. I want to finish it because I want to be caught up to this new season. But when I tell you, it is the the darkest, dirtiest. I mean, and haven't even said the worst of what happened on the show. Like season 2, there was a man on there who was clearly, why are you consuming trauma for free? I don't know why they took me out. I don't know. I'm too deep. I'm in too deep now. I am. I imagine the majority of Black viewers favor the Black franchises and are just not aware. That's me. That's me. But I would never get online. Like, okay, let me get back to my point because I went off on a tangent. Because the reason why I said this is because recently Greg Leaks, I'm sure we all have heard that Greg Leaks has passed away after battling cancer, and rest in peace. Tragic. That is a real tragedy. That is so sad. I mean, like, he was a great loss. I just feel so bad for Nene, so bad for his children. Like, it's really tough because he, beat it one time and then now he's gone. It's awful. I really, Greg was literally one of my favorite house husbands. He has to be my favorite because I can't think of nobody else that whenever he came on screen just lit the screen up. Yeah, Greg has passed. And it's just, it's awful. So I knew the fandom was really toxic when Kenya paid her respects to Greg, and she wrote a really sweet message, and towards the end of it she said, what did she say? She said something like, even though me and Nene would get into it, you never chose sides, or you never treated me badly because of it. And the fact that people took her nice message and like twisted where she didn't have to include that last part. It's like, y'all, I know you don't like Kenya, but this is real life. Like, this is not the TV show. This is not catty drama. Like, someone has passed that she actually knew, and she's paying her respects, and y'all have found a way to criticize her and make it negative. So I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't. So that's why I just refuse when it comes to Real Housewives of Potomac and Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm just gonna let it play all the way out, and then I'm gonna go back and catch up on all the episodes and just watch it, because watching it with the fandoms is it's so irritating. It irritates my soul, and I just cannot do it. Y'all talking about Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills Gets Worse is definitely traumatic. I'm in the middle of season 6. And I'm on the part where Yolanda is being questioned about her disease. And I'm just like, you know what? Yolanda came on the show, and y'all probably don't care. I don't know if y'all watch it or not, but let me just get this out because, I'm on it currently. Yolanda came on the show. She was a model. For those who don't know, she's Bella and Gigi Hadid's mama, right? She was a model back in the day. Came on the show, lively, vibrant, she was beautiful, right? And fast forward a couple of seasons, she don't wear no makeup, she didn't gain weight. She just looks overall like just sick. She didn't know what was wrong with her. And well, she did have Lyme's disease, but it clearly was something more, because she was just being drugged down. And I think eventually they found out that she had, her breast implants were leaking, and they had to get the silicone out of her body, and that's what was really making her sick. And so, while she going through all that, I mean, she's basically bedridden. She went from being out and about all the time to being bedridden, basically. And so these catty women are literally discussing whether all of this is just playing out in her mind. Somebody wrote it in the comments. I want to make sure I say it right. Munchausen syndrome. They said she had Munchausen syndrome. And when I tell you that's the dirtiest, that's some of the dirtiest. Oh, that is so dirty to watch somebody be sick and like legitimately cannot even take hanging out with people for more than like 10, 15 minutes and gotta leave. And for them to go behind her and say, well, it's all in her head. She has Lyme disease. Yeah, she has Lyme disease, but on top of that, it was her breasts. She had breast implants. And the silicone went to the rest of her body. And what I know about people with breast implants, and a lot of people have been having to get their breast implants removed because of the silicone, and it will make them sick. For instance, I don't know if y'all heard of Time the Infamous, a YouTuber on here. She had to get her breast removed, and because it was literally making her sick, it was making her weak. Her doctor told her she had like the health of like an 82-year-old woman. It literally just breaks you all the way down, that silicone. And as soon as she got it removed, her skin cleared up. She just looked brighter, healthier. And the same thing with some other people I've seen on YouTube, and also with Yolanda on this show. So yes, she had Lyme's disease, but that breast implants, I haven't finished the rest of the season, so I don't know how it's truly affected her, but she looked so much better after she got that removed. And then now on top of that, they said the silicone traveled up here to her shoulders. So that's in her system. For real, for real. And even with K. Michelle, she had some silicone in her butt that she had to get removed. D. Levine had to get hers removed too. And so silicone in your body is toxic. It will give you symptoms of lupus. It will give you symptoms of the worst diseases, because that is not it's not compatible. It will kill you eventually. Point blank, period. So right, all that for beauty. I know, right? All that for beauty. So child, when I tell you I am invested, that's why I have to keep watching, because I'm completely invested at this point. But Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I don't want to, Andy, and I got a bone to pick with Andy, because the things that people have said on this show, Lisa calling what's that woman, Faye. Now Faye is not my favorite. She get on my nerves. But for her to call that woman an orangutan, however you say it, and I know Faye got some black in her if she's not black completely. For her to call her an orangutan? Oh, she gonna tell Kyle, oh, you, I can't believe you let that orangutan out of her cage. Brandy said something like, she said something about black people not being able to swim. And y'all know I had to Google to see where the outrage was, and I didn't. They brought it up at the reunion, but she did not get any sort of reprimanding Brandy. And Lisa, I don't think they even addressed. I haven't watched the reunion yet, so I don't know. But I don't think they even addressed what she said. Gutter. I don't care how much money they have. Gutter. And then when I looked it up, she was like, oh, I call her an orangutan because she was orange. So I do not see it for either one of those two women, Lisa Vanderpump or Brandy. I don't see it for neither one. I never will. I can't. Not after that. Seriously. And then, child, it's been such like it's I can't even. I'm like, if this is what money gives you, if this is what that kind of money brings you, that if these are the type of problems that y'all have, and y'all are beyond rich, y'all got all this money, I don't want it. I don't want it. These people are miserable. They're evil. They're evil. I'm sorry. Like it's some deep dark evil behavior going on this show. I would never want to run into none of these. I don't want to. I'd rather hang out with Kenya. Put me in a room with Kenya and Giselle. I'd rather be with them. I'd rather be with them. I don't want nothing to do with any of the women on these shows. I'm sorry. They are too cutthroat. I cannot do it. Lisa Rinna brought this up about her having a fake illness. Now Scott, Courtney's ex, is going with her daughter. I heard about that. But I feel like she's all right with it. She'll do anything for money. She said, I'll do anything for a buck. I'll do anything for a buck. Clearly you will. Clearly you'll sell your soul to be on a reality TV show. Clearly. It's because they don't have a black audience. White women are used to those interactions with each other. Gutter snipe. It didn't affect them at all because they probably used to saying that. They must be, because it didn't affect. When I looked it up on Twitter, I mean, I saw a couple of tweets, but no. And then again, this was a few years ago too. So I think, now that there's a black woman on the show, now that more black women are, trying to get into it, like me. But when I saw that, I was like, oh, I'm done with you, Vanderpump. I can't wait till she's off the show, because I know at some point she's not going to be on it. Is them willing to sell their souls for fame? I'll stay broke with me and God. Now, I want to have some money. I don't necessarily want to be broke, but I don't have to have millions and millions and millions, because the stuff that comes with that, they are dirty, y'all. And then, how about whenever they talk about how they meet their husband, or, well, how did you meet your husband? Well, how did you meet your husband? How about almost every single time, either he was married, either she was married, or he was in a relationship, or I was engaged, or how come every time y'all meet these rich men, they always married? Oh, well, he was married. And then get mad at you and then they'll get mad at you for calling them a home wrecker. And I'm sitting up here like, oh, that's how y'all get these rich men. That's how y'all get these rich men. I promise you, every single last one of them. I don't remember what Vanderpump said, but majority of the women on this show met their husband either while they were in a relationship or while their husband was in a relationship. Low down. They're trained to be gold diggers by any means necessary. Because I'm trying to figure out, like, why is everybody like, I'm like, okay, this is the thing, because, oh yeah, we met while we were both married. Oh yeah, well, I was engaged. Like, what did Kyle say? Kyle said she was engaged to somebody 20 years older than her, and she met her husband. I'm not too mad because Mauricio is fine. I'm not even gonna lie. Mauricio, if I had to be married to anybody on the show, it would be Mauricio, because he seemed like he really do love Kyle. The rest of these men, can't seem like he loved Lisa too. But the rest of these men, I'm like, I'm not seeing it for y'all. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if y'all got a divorce because of the show, because he already seemed like he don't like you. Don't worry, both are off the show. Yes. Yes. I said I wanted to try the new Jersey season. When I tell you Jersey is another franchise. Their drama be 10 times worse than anything you'll find on Atlanta or Potomac. The, like, and I haven't watched anything from the recent seasons. I'm talking about back when Teresa husband and her brother was into it. That was some like down low, dirty, getting to fighting at a christening, gutter behavior, gutter gutter behavior, and they some of that behavior is worse than what I see on Love and Hip Hop. I mean, just at least Love and Hip Hop, it just be very surface level, stupid, fighting, they don't really be mad at each other. They be, you could tell it's fake. This stuff runs deep. Of course, he fine with a name like Mauricio. Legitimately, he's one of the best looking husbands that I've seen across the board. Not a christening. A christening. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to write down all the bad stuff I watched on this show, all the traumatizing things that I've watched on this show, and I'm going to make a whole video and I'm going to put it out there. So, because we need a balance. We need a balance. They put all of the terrible things that happened on Atlanta. Oh, the awful, Portia beating up Kenya, which really she just pulled her hair. And what Portia and Phaedra did to Candy was pretty terrible. That's probably the most gutter thing that ever happened on Atlanta. Yeah, I think that's the most gutter thing that ever happened. So I will say that, but outside of that, child's play. I've been saying that about Jersey forever. They brawl. They brawl. Blood. Where did blood come from? Let me see what y'all are saying. But they say we're bringing down the Black community. That's what I'm saying. That's why I hate when Black people say, "Oh, they're bringing us down." I'm telling y'all, there's worse stuff going on TV, and they don't look like us. I'm telling you. I don't watch these shows, but I do miss my wise R.I.P. Big Ange. I know, R.I.P. Big Ange. She was hilarious. I miss trashy TV that wasn't too serious. Yes, Jersey Shore. I used to love Jersey Shore. I ain't gonna lie. I want to watch Jersey just to find out why Teresa was literally trying to flip a table. I think that was. I don't think that season was that bad. You could probably get away with the first. Well, no, it was some family drama. You know what makes it so deep? It's family stuff. It's different when, oh, my friend betrayed me. It's different when your brother or your sister or, when y'all are when they're into it on that level, it just feels wrong. It just feels like, how could you do that to your sister? How could you say that to your sister? Like, that's what makes it so dramatic and like trashy. Like, how do y'all keep up with so many storylines and names? Child, when you get into it, it's almost like these people. When you get into it, it really is almost like them. Yeah, how come they don't amplify what be going on these shows? Especially the blogs. Put this stuff on the blogs. This is interesting. Have them on there fighting. And that's what they said to Monique on Potomac for fighting old girl. What? What did they say? Look at Erica's dilemma. She opened her box. I can't believe I said that. I didn't mean to say that. I don't even all the way know what's happening with Erica right now because I'm still on season 6. But you sold your soul. You sold your soul to have a nice house, to have this, I guess singing career and all that. You sold your soul. Lisa's man had one foot in the grave back when she met him, but he had bank. He get on my nerves trying to get in all the women's business. This show needs a Nene. Because Nene checked Peter for getting in women's business. Oh, because black outrage makes them more money. They said Monique was bringing the image of the black woman down for going at another woman. And see, that's the one part that I didn't agree with, that I believe it was Wendy that was trying to say it, and I know Giselle and them was trying to say it too. I didn't agree with that. Like, that's her own actions. Like, that's her actions, her individual actions. I feel like we should look at it that way and not as black women as a collective. I just, Monique's actions do not represent me. We quick to roast or talk down on our own. That's why I'm, you know what? Because I'm gonna talk about these women too. That's why I'm doing my research. Because this stuff needs to be said too. Because when I tell you this Mauricio and Juan. Mauricio, Juan, and I'm only talking about looks. I'm not talking about their behavior because Juan gets on my last nerve, okay? So I'm not talking about behavior. I'm not talking about, so please do not judge me. I'm talking about looks only. But Mauricio, Juan from Potomac, Apollo from Atlanta are the 3 best looking husbands, I believe, from any of those franchises. Because everybody else's husband is old and, they got with them for money. They didn't get with them from looks. They got with them for money. So that's why most of their husbands ain't the best looking. Phil and Apollo was fine. I used to think Juan was cute. Now he's starting to look dusty. I still think Juan is fine. It's his personality though that I couldn't be with Juan because he don't have no sort of empathy, sympathy, nothing. So I definitely could not be with him. I don't know why Robin does that, but all these people sound fine. Apollo, like the Greek guy. I'm not saying he, is that fine, but he looks good. I don't know how he looks now, but he looked good back when he was on the show. What about Dennis? He wasn't a husband. Dennis? Which Dennis? Portia's Dennis? Jamal Bryant? Are y'all crazy? Juan definitely kicking up dust when he walks. What did Candace get with Chris for? It wasn't the money, child. She must really see Candace. She's one of the few on this show that married for love. I think she truly loves Chris because it's not like he rich. It's not like he's super fine. So, and he got kids. So I think she truly married him for love. Wendy shouldn't let the green-eyed devil bring her down. I agree. I haven't watched any of what happened, but I wouldn't let Giselle get me down to her level. Or Ashley, because I know Ashley has something to do with it. Y'all, that's the main reason why I'm not watching right now, is because I know whatever Ashley did, she's getting a pass, and everybody's going in on Candace. I already know. I don't even have to watch the show to know it. Exactly. Why they doing one like that? Apollo looks better now, but I'm partial to men with facial hair. Yeah, I like facial hair. Mauricio, Kyle's husband from, yeah, that's who I said. I said Mauricio, Juan, and Apollo. And I'm just basing it off looks, but Mauricio, I even like the way that he treats his wife. Now, I don't know if something happened in the seasons I haven't watched yet, but the way he treats Kyle is top tier. Because he even seems to like care about her feelings and stuff. And he got money. I heard that Chris Candace's husband came from money too. Okay. Where is it? If Chris comes from money, maybe he doesn't want to use his parents' money. I don't know. I am so glad Juan Dixon is not here right now. Oh, Wendy's husband is handsome. He is. He's handsome. Mm-hmm. She lied when she said he looked like it. Did she say that? Did she say that? Now, Wendy. No, ma'am. He looks more like, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, because I think that I think this man is attractive. Y'all might not think he's attractive, but Wendy's husband is more on the level of a more handsome Lil Rel. Not Idris. He's more of a look. He's a better looking Lil Rel. Even though I think Lil Rel is kind of cute. I think Cynthia's ex-husband is fine. Oh yes. What's his name? Is his real name Leon? But Leon is fine. Leon is fine. How you go from Leon to Peter? At least she's with Mike Hill now. Even though Mike Hill don't do it for me, but yeah, that was not shade. That was not shade. Lil Rel is cute to me. So that's not shade. Leon, yes. Looks don't matter, biceps do. Wendy's husband is okay, but he look goofy. He don't look goofy to me. If you gotta preface it with "I'm not trying to be disrespectful," it's gonna be I really wasn't. But I know y'all was gonna take it as shade. I know y'all was gonna take it as shade. There's something about Mike Hill that is opportunistic to me. I don't look when he said he's cheated in every relationship he's ever been in. I was like, Cynthia, you sure? Make sure you get a prenup, girl. Mike Hill's hairline, his hairline is jacked up. Peter is a handsome man too. I don't think Peter is ugly, but he's not on the level of Leon. Like Leon is like above average handsome. Like he's on Cynthia's level as far as looks. But then again, looks don't matter. Looks don't matter. They don't matter. If they weren't compatible, it is what it is. But Peter was nasty on top of being not as attractive and older. Like when I went back and watched some older seasons, Peter was completely completely insensitive to Cynthia. Like, he was a complete jerk. So I also have that in mind, I think. It's kind of awkward to say your husband looks like another man in a fantasizing way. Yeah, that is kind of weird. Mike Hill. Mike Hill, he's just a pinch dusty. He Peter did not date Nia Long. When? When? I need to know the time period. Because I know it ain't Nia Long in her prime. Can't be. Pinky, I don't know if you saw my comment from Meredith for Side Live, but if Michaela and Zach doesn't work out, please DM him, y'all. Stop it. The thing is, I don't know if he's a liar. We got to keep watching. I don't know. Mark Day. You know what? Mark Daly, he's attractive. He's attractive to me, looks wise only. But the way he's treating Cynthia, he's hideous. His soul is, you know what? He's somebody that brings the kind of darkness to this show that Beverly Hills has. He brings that same kind of darkness. I didn't like the way he treated Kenya, and I'm not a Kenya fan either. But when the way he treated Kenya, he treated her like he hated her. Like, she was doing everything to try to please him. Oh, do you like this dress? Do you like this? And he just like would completely brush her off or say something nasty to her on film. Always contradict her. Never would be on the same page with her. Like, and then the fact that he's trying to take her child, even though the child has never been in your care for more than what seems like a couple of weeks, and not by yourself. Like, why would you get sole custody when Kenya has had that child the entire time? So it's something, if he were actually on the show, I feel like he would bring, like, the little bit he was on there, he was dark. But imagine if he was like a full-time husband. He would have brought a real darkness to this show. He would have brought it down. Like Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Honestly, a part of me feels like Kenya probably should be on Beverly Hills, because I feel like I want her to get some of these people together so bad. But she's where she needs to be, because, child, it's too much. She got enough going on with Mark. Mark would support Ken's enemies. In her face. Sure would. He didn't have no type of loyalty to her. He didn't have no kind of loyalty. He didn't have her best interests. Like I said, it felt like he hated her. He hated her. He had an extreme disdain for her. Nia says she and Peter dated back in the day during one of her appearances. What? Nia, I really hope it wasn't during your prime. Maybe Peter looked better back then. Let me stop. I've never seen her retreat emotionally like that. He was definitely verbally abusive. For all we know, he could have been physically abusive, because I don't think she would ever tell. I too believe that your behavior can distort the way you look. Because Mark, if I didn't know anything about Mark, yeah, he's a handsome guy. Yeah. But knowing what I know, he disgusts me. Mark wouldn't even let Kenya stay with him when Kenya visited him. So you already know he has somebody on the side. I mean, she found out about it, but I'm sure he has plenty of girlfriends up in New York. When you don't stay with your wife at all, and then you don't allow her to stay with you when she comes to visit, he had plenty of women. He had plenty of women. I'm sorry. Let me quit. I don't even think I do think Peter is an attractive guy, but I'm just like, mm-mm. Kenya don't tear those white women like she does her co-stars because she takes up for a lot of the villains in the other cast as they go at black women. Really? Kenya, see, that's why I can't be no Kenya fan right there. I can't. Because I'm gonna need for you to get them together the way you do these women. The stuff these women do on these shows don't deserve that level of vitriol. You need to take that to Beverly Hills. You need to take that to New York. You need to take that to Jersey, where they really need it. That because honestly, that's my only issue. They don't have nobody on this show to really get them together. At one point, that was Brandy, but Brandy, she got too big for her britches. And I think Yolanda is another person that will get people together, but I want somebody to like really like a Nene or a Kenya or a Giselle or somebody like that. I want somebody like that to be dropped off in this show and really get these women together because they do too much. They do too much. We need somebody to come in and really shut it down and have their mouth on the floor. New York is the loose drunks. I haven't look. I'm still debating on whether I'm gonna watch New York. After watching this, I don't know if I can do New York. Peter's Jamaican. Okay. I heard Salt Lake City was good, but you know what turned me off to make me not want to watch it? That woman that's married to her step granddaddy. I'm like, That was like, that turned me all the way off. I'm just like, what is going on there? I'm like, So the only black woman on the show is she off the deep end like that? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. They're wild. You have to watch seasons with Dorinda. They cuss each other out like no other. I might have to do it. Why don't they add Kim Zolciak? Right. Why don't they add? But see, the thing is, Kim don't have that money. Kim don't have that money. If she had the money, I don't even think Kim would fit in with them though. Because you still need somebody that's like somewhat articulate. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Kim don't seem that intelligent to me. I don't think you need someone with a little bit of that's why I said Kenya, because Kenya knows how to. She can carry a read, she can get down in the gutter with you, but still enunciate. Kim is trash. Sorry. Classless. Thank you. You said it in a better way. You said classless. Kim is classless. And these women are too, but you just need a certain level of she's like gutter butt. You need to know how to carry yourself. Kim do not. Kim walk around with a red solo cup. You need someone. Mm-mm. She couldn't even handle Kenya. So no. Mm-mm. Mark loved to call Kenya Ken. Maybe he dreamed about Mark being Ken. Oh, Kenya being Ken. They have some decorum when necessary, right? Kim don't know how to carry herself. She don't know how to carry herself. Like when she said, who do I have to get my daughter to sleep with to get John Legend tickets? Who says stuff like that? Who says stuff like that? Like, I don't care if you're playing. And then, like, recently I saw on a blog somewhere that she, doubled down on it. Like, yeah, I love front row seat. Like, girl, shut up. And then want to be the first one to get mad when somebody bring it up. Can you imagine Kim as your nurse? No. I would have to request somebody else. Because she loud. Her dad calls her Ken. Okay. Moesha, I have a full video on Moesha if y'all really want to know what I think about Moesha, but I love the show itself. I love most of the characters except for Moesha. Moesha got on my last nerve. And can y'all believe when I did my Moesha rant, people actually went in on me as if I was talking about Brandy. Like, I don't know Brandy. I'm talking about Moesha, the character. Whenever I do my rant videos, people always do that. I'm like, I'm not talking about the real person. I'm talking about the fictional character. And you trying to call me slow. John Legend is whack. Yeah, John Legend is low-key whack for being married to that woman. I don't think I'd go to a John Legend concert for free. He has some good songs, but it seems like a snooze fest. Child. He can sing, though. He can sing, but I don't know. It's something peculiar about him that turns me off. I can't put my finger on it. I hate how they wrote Kim, too. I loved her much better on the Parkers. Not them going in on you. I'm just like, clearly, whenever I do my rants, I talk about whatever I'm talking about as if they're real people. And people like, let's say Dream Girls. I talked about Dina and Effie. I talked about all of them like they were real people. And there will still be people that come in my comments like they're not real. Duh, you're the party pooper coming in here trying to state the obvious. Same Pinky, I see why him and Chrissy are married. Me too. For you to be married to somebody like that, what do they say? Water finds its own level. On some level, he has to be like Chrissy, but he just doesn't show it to us. I feel like if we really got to know John Legend, he got some Chrissy ways, I'm sure. Yeah, she's strange in general. She does a lot of things for attention. Like she's attention starved. John does seem fake. I feel like, I mean, obviously, what we see from him is his persona. We don't get to see the real John, and that's fine. But when you sit up here and you speak out against, when you speak up for BLM and things like that, and you write the soundtrack to Selma and things like that, and you are married to a woman who does the things that she does, some ain't adding up. John seems to sedated. He might be. I don't know. But somebody else that gets on my nerves. Hey, Caitlin. Somebody else that irritates me, and I don't know why I always have to bring him up, but I just have to because I've been thinking about it. Drake. This whole thing with Drake and Kanye. This has to be the weakest rap beef of all time. Now one of y'all is gonna bust a grape. And I low-key think they are in cahoots. I low-key think, a part of me is starting to think y'all are in cahoots. Y'all was trying to get y'all streams up. Now, if y'all, whether they actually sat down and talked about it, or whether in the back of their mind they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this for my," I think they're in cahoots, and I'm sick of it because none of it reads authentic. None of it. But Drake himself isn't authentic to me. He's never been. Like that whole simp vibe he tries to give off when really he's a player. And then when he be trying to act hard in his records, when we know you soft, we know you a teddy bear. We know you a teddy bear. We know if somebody come punch you in the face, you're gonna be like, stop it. Oh, he's so irritating to me. And how everybody just, you know what? Drake has perfected he's perfected the art of having a persona, because I feel like people really think that Drake is sincere. Don't y'all realize Drake is an actor? Drake has been acting ever since he was a little kid. I used to watch him on Degrassi all the time. Drake is an actor, and he's an excellent actor at that. I feel like eventually Drake is gonna transition into acting. I really do. I think that's gonna be like his next lane, possibly, because he was good. I mean, he played on it might as well been a teenage soap opera. You got to have some kind of acting skills. I mean, he was believable to me. So I feel like he knows what to say and what to do to get people to, be invested, and, he knows how to draw the women in. He knows how to pander. That's the word I'm looking for. Drake panders. He knows how to pander to Black women. Oh yeah, I like my women BBW. Oh, let me get with Serena. Let me get with all these big booty women. When really you love you a white woman. That's your baby mama. You made the Black women get rid of their baby. But we have Adonis. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with it. His mama's white. But don't be sitting up here acting like, oh, I love Black women. I love Black women. I love Black women. But then it turns out you really love white women. Just be honest. Just be honest. And the Black women just eat it up. Just, oh, I love Drake. And if you love Drake, fine. Let me stop. I'm not gonna put it on y'all because Drake is the one that's being fake. Let me not do that. But I want to pull back the veil. I want y'all to see he is not that big Wizard of Oz on the wall. Pull back the veil and you'll see the man running it. That's what Drake is. Men with white mamas usually like white women. And honestly, I don't even see a problem with that. If Drake likes white women, usually you like someone like your parent. Like, you know how they say that women look for men like their fathers. It's the same for men. So it doesn't bother me that if he's attracted to white women, that does not bother me. But don't sit up here and pretend like you love black women just so you can sell some records. He's trying to sell us that baby is black. When I tell you that irritates me, so that irritates me like none other. Yo, Drake, your child is white. Your child is white, honey. I'm sorry. He got some black ancestry, but the child is white, baby. He has a white parent and a half white parent. That's white. Why are you putting cornrows on this child's head? Got him in jerseys. Got him trying to play basketball. That baby is white. And it's okay. It is okay. There's nothing wrong with your child being white. But these cornrows are killing me. The cornrows loose. He's 25% black. Let me tell you. He better not say the N word. I know that. I don't care if your daddy Drake or not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Ooh. Ooh, let me calm down. He's probably less than and get right. I'm being generous saying 25%. I'm being generous. Because I bet you if we did an ancestry DNA right now, it'll be less. I'm serious. I'm serious. And the thing is, there's, like I said, there's nothing wrong with him liking white women. There's nothing wrong with you having a white child because you are at least half white. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with it. It's just the fact that he is so inauthentic and he panders. It's so annoying. I hate it. I look at Drake sideways after that blackface pic. He's done some questionable things. Let's not even bring up Millie Bobby Brown. Why are you talking to the little girl from Stranger Things? Why do y'all even have a phone number to talk to each other? How did that come about? So he's done. It's not like Drake is just without any sort of blame. People just overlook things because he's Drake. I'll tell you one thing. If a grown man asks my daughter for her number and she's only 14, I don't care who you are. Mm-mm. Nope. That's weird. And Kanye trying to sell. Oh, don't get me started on Kanye. First of all, how come every time we turn around, Kanye is stealing? He's a thief. Swiper, no swiping. Kanye West is a thief. How come every time we turn around, you stealing something? Oh, you a Kardashian for real. He stole that young man clothing line. He stole that young lady's voice. He just stole something else. I forgot. He stole a line from T-Pain after telling T-Pain he was trash. A thief. A thief. Don't leave nothing around. Don't leave nothing around Kanye West. He's somebody else I would never walk in a room with Kanye. Like I don't even want to be in your presence. Something is completely off. He might try to snatch the earrings off my ear. Bolt everything down. Don't let him get past the living room. Make sure everything is locked away in a safe. Do not let Kanye West in your house. He's a thief. He's a thief. He's a thief. Hold your bag close to your chest, okay? He's a thief. Oh, I said he stole somebody's voice because um he stole that young lady, you know, that young lady that sung Make Me Over and it went viral. He and like he worked with Tone and he gave Tone writing credits on that song, but he used that girl's voice on a record. And the girl was like, "Yeah, he didn't even ask me. I didn't even know that I was going to be on his CD." Oh, let me not say CD. I sound old. I aged myself just then. I didn't even know I was going to be on his album. I'm crazy, y'all. I'm sorry. He ain't borrowed nothing, Cliff. You'll come in here and defend any man. You get on my nerves. He's a scammer and he does live for the trouble. You right. He's Joanne the scammer. Why are you stealing? Ugh. And if you are gonna use somebody's voice, or if you do want to use somebody's design, you have enough money. Didn't he just become like a billionaire or something like that? Like you have enough money to pay these people to buy it. That's what's so sick about it. Ugh. You just as bad as the colonizer. You just as bad. Get on my last nerve. Now I'm getting mad. Because he's taking from black people and profiting off of it. And that's just one thing I could say about. I mean, that's just one thing you could say about him. It's so many others. I just don't feel like getting that deep. He's the one that need to be under thank you. He's the one that needs to be under a conservatorship. He's the one. How many years has he been acting a fool and just been let loose? That's the one. That's the one. And then turns around and disrespects black people. Exactly. I mean, he's a Kardashian for real. Let loose. For real though, he's the one who needs it. Now, a lot of people was like, when Britney Spears, she was taking these pictures and she was like basically naked, taking pictures. Y'all think Britney Spears is crazy for taking those pictures, but y'all be the same people that will like a picture that Rihanna took just because hers is more aesthetically pleasing. Y'all think that's beautiful. But when Britney does it, she's crazy. I can't. Now, does Britney probably have her issues? Probably so. But a lot of adults do, and they get to run their own lives. Your daughter thought a record was a big CD. That's cute. I don't think anyone on his team will properly take care of him. I could agree with that. It would have to be the right person, but double standards are real. It's a lot of pick and choose when it comes to celebrities. Yep. Seriously. Seriously. Because, I mean, men, for the most part, men get away with murder. They really do. If you even look at, you know, how Kanye West is treated versus how Chrisette Michele was treated. But I also think that the majority of Chrisette Michele's audience was Black women, and the majority of Kanye West's audience is probably like white people. And, you know, obviously, you know, Black people listen to him too, but I think, you know, he has a large white audience. So even if all Black people cancel Kanye West, he still has a large audience. But if Black people cancel Chrisette Michele, she gonna be canceled for real. So that's a part of it. And also, Black men weren't going to cancel Kanye West simply because they don't agree with him supporting 45. Black women will actually do it. Black women will actually withdraw support. That's another difference. Because the Black community banned Chrisette Michele for singing at the inauguration, but they let Kanye tap dance. There's no coming back for Kanye. I seriously think he has no regrets, no remorse. He's living his best life. Oh yeah, Kanye West has experienced no repercussions for his actions. He has experienced no repercussions for his actions. So why would he ever change? There have been no repercussions. Yes, he's going to continue doing that. He's never going to change. He's going to continue to steal. He's going to continue to support 45 or anything else like that. He's going to continue to spout all these negative things about Black people because he has experienced no repercussions. Look at the Megan Tory situation. I don't even really want to get into that because, child, that I can't with that. But that's a good example. Chrisette Michele performed at Trump's. I'm not saying his name here, so let me not say that. He performed at 45's graduation. I mean, a graduation inauguration. I've never looked at it like that. Kanye's treatment versus Chrisette Michele's treatment, and Kanye's actions were much worse. Exactly. But Black women will be more likely to hold you accountable than anyone else, basically. At least these days, you know. R. Kelly ran amok for a long time, so. I believe Kanye has mental issues and needs real help and support. I agree. But I also think there's like only so much you could do for a person like that. I think there's only so much you could do. You know? I mean, because he's one of those people that's gonna do whatever it is he wants to do. As always. Like, I mean, it's not like his behavior is completely like out of the ordinary for him. He's always done like crazy things like jump on stage during an award show and, you know, get on TV during a telethon and say, you know, George Bush doesn't care about black people. I mean, I don't care how true that may be. It's still like, you know, a very like, I think that's something that you do like spur of the moment, like spontaneous, and it's kind of like he can't control himself. You know, he's gonna do and say whatever comes to his mind. Kim is a culture vulture, but I don't think she's exploiting him. I actually think now I totally agree. Kim is a culture vulture completely. I'm not trying to take up for Kim in any way, but I do think she cares about him. I do. I do. I think she cares about him. I think she wants the best for him. I think, you know, I do think she likes the clout that she gets from being with him, but I don't think that she just is fully trying to take advantage of him or anything like that cuz I feel like she could have. I feel like she could have. I mean, she was his wife. She she probably could have put him on a conservatorship or something like that. He was flying around like Pink, although Pink was doing tricks and flips in the air. Don't. Who was flying around? Not to be that person, I'm sick of mental illness as a blame. A lot of people have mental problems and worse mental diagnosis and don't be acting like this. True, 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 true. That's true. Because, like I said, Kanye West has always acted like that. A lot of people say, well, his mom, I do think his mom might have held the reins a little bit, but he still was, you know, Kanye was still pretty reckless and wild. We just didn't have social media. You know what I'm saying? We probably would have heard more about Kanye West back then in this era because social media is like at our fingertips. We can see what by the moment we can see what celebrities are doing. But back then, you know, we kind of relied on, you know, Wendy Williams and like TV shows like that and magazines and things like that. We didn't really get the play by play of what was going on with Kanye. Kanye West could have been doing just as much crazy stuff as he is, but he, you know, he wasn't using Twitter and, you know, we just couldn't see everything that was happening. And he wasn't married to Kim Kardashian recording a lot of the stuff, you know? Nobody gives Azalea Banks an excuse. True. That's very true. I feel bad for the babies. I do too. I do. For a lot of these celebrities, really. I do. And then, like, especially like I was saying before about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the more money you have, the deeper and darker your problems get. So I can only imagine what those babies are going through. I'm not saying that they, you know, are have the worst life, but I mean, the problems that come with having that kind of money, I feel for them. Oh no. Don't 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 mistake me. I wasn't having sympathy for Kim. I'm just saying I do think she actually like, you know, love him. But I don't have no sympathy. You know how you knew how Kanye was when you got with him. Yep, I'm diagnosed with bipolar 2, same as Mariah Carey and Demi Lovato, and my family and friends hold me accountable. There's no excuse for Kanye's behavior. Wow, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. So, you're right. You're right. I feel like Daniel Caesar was the one that was promptly canceled. Used to see him all the time. True. Yeah, he got canceled big time. He should have just shut his mouth though. I feel like his cancel the reason why he got canceled is because he was being so petty, so people were petty enough to cancel him. He should have never said nothing. He should never open his mouth. You did that to yourself, buddy, and I don't feel bad. I don't. Y'all saw Kylie with the black rapper she's bought rented their child a school bus because she said she wanted to go to school. The bus was empty and the little girl looked miserable. What? They are so out of touch with reality. They That's another thing. Rich people, they are so out of touch with reality. Like they don't get it at all. Like y'all need to get around some regular people because y'all don't. I think that's why Kanye West is so out of it too. He doesn't have a good grasp on reality. Like if the little girl says she want to go to school or she want to get on the school bus, she want to be on the school bus with kids. Like why would she want to get on a big empty school bus? These y'all weren't kids that long ago. How did you not? These are the people with money, I guess. He asked to be canceled. He followed the instructions. Well, look, if you ask to be canceled, your wish is my command. I'm here to please you, baby. Do it like it's your B day. Do it like it's your B day. Do it like it's your B day. Y'all, let me get off of here. I'm acting too stupid now. Let me get, I've been on here for too long. An hour and 30 minutes. Wow, I can't believe I've been on here for that long. It doesn't even feel like I've been on here for that long. Oh my goodness. Somebody shared the post from the shade room with me. Kylie put it on her story. Look it up, please. The pictures were hilarious. Poor kid. What? When was this? I haven't been looking at the shade room at all. Why is it not popping up? Do it like it's your B day. Let me stop for my video get flagged. They probably gonna think I'm really Jocelyn singing it. Ooh, last week, you know I ain't gonna be able to find that. Last week, as much as they post. Let me Google it. You talking about the school bus, right? It's quicker to go to her page. Do it like it's your B day. That song will get stuck in your head, child. I cannot. Oh, she's so cute. Yeah, what is S? Oh, is SMTG something? I don't know. I don't know. Let me see. Is this it? Somebody said, now why didn't they rent some kids? I cannot. I cannot. I cannot. Now they knew she wanted to ride the bus with other kids. I don't know. I think it is. I'm 23, but I type out most of my words. These acronyms. Cause y'all finna have to make me look it up. Y'all, I'ma tell you. Is that the new slang? Y'all abbreviate everything. It took me the longest to figure out what ATP was at this point, and now I use it. When I learn how to use it, I start using it myself, so I'm a part of the problem. But then and then I do like right now. I like RN for right now. But when I tell y'all they abbreviate everything on TikTok, everything. I think it means something. Okay, so that's what I thought. I just assumed it meant something. And then what was the other thing they were saying? On God, ONG, ONG, not OMG. I thought people were saying OMG and just messing up. No, OMG is from my era, Pinky. You're old, okay? The new thing is ONG. I know, and they mean so many different things. Yes. I'm just like, girl, I can't keep up. I do want to keep up though. I don't never want to be left behind. But some of that stuff I'm just like, yes, ASL too. Cuz when I was online as a child, ASL meant age, sex, location. Like when I was on the chat rooms when I wasn't supposed to be, yes. They was doing ASL. You put your age, your sex, and your location. ASL like American Sign Language. I had no idea about any of it. Right. Look, when you get on TikTok, that's why I'm glad I got on TikTok because it's keeping me young. I feel like the mom from Mean Girls. You keep me young. You keep me young. Yes, that's what ASL meant back in the day. I'm saying I write all my words. My job requires a lot of writing, so I never want to come to a point where I forget how to spell. That's true. Cause I'm telling you, like, that predictive text on I feel like that's affected how I spell. Good old AOL days. You remember those AOL CDs? Those free AOL CDs that would send out every month? And you'll get a free trial for the internet. Wait, what is LBVS? Oh my goodness. Now I got something else I gotta look up. How you explain what ASL meant, Fedora? I am screaming. Let's see. What does that mean? Laughing but very serious. Really? Really? Now that's just corny. Laughing but very serious. LBV, it sounds like a version of the Bible. Right. LBVS, really? I cannot. AOL and Roadrunner. Paint and Solitaire. Let me tell you something. But see, I would get on chat rooms and I would chat, but then I would get scared and I would sign out. Like I would be the type get to talking to people and then I would feel like I was doing too much. Like, oh, let me hurry up and get out of here. I was so scary. Like, what was they really gonna do? Unless I actually told you where I live, like my exact address. Like back then, how was they actually gonna find me? It was real easy to catfish back then, though. Those were real catfish. Catfish day, like the catfish days was back when the internet first started popping off with AOL and stuff. Catfish was actually behind, like after its time. If they would have did catfish back then, the show would have been so much better. Because it doesn't make sense to get catfish in this day and age, in the age of FaceTime. Come on, if you still getting catfish now, you deserve to get catfish. I found out what LBVS meant, laughing but very serious, something along those lines. Yeah, you're right. So many creepy. Yeah, there were some creepy. That was probably the main reason why I left, because they were just creepy. They were creepy. How old was I? I would have to say, man, I would have to be like what, 8, 9, 10, 11, around that age. I can't stand people who write before because it's taking you more time to switch. Yes. Now I can't do that. That's too much. I hate that too. I don't like that either. What's the other thing people used to do? Like WUT. Just write WHAT. Like you're doing too much. You're doing too much now. Back then it was hard to find people. I'm 40, so it was still dollar. Exactly. Exactly. They weren't finna find you, but it felt like it was, and your parents would scare you bad enough like they would. Like people would actually find you. But back then you would actually have to meet up with them for them to like get you. Like they wouldn't be able to get you unless they would have to be a very sophisticated hacker. Like these little creepy perverted men, they weren't gonna be able to find you. Those guys were the original incels. Yes. What if they're a blind pinky? Do they still deserve it? What are you talking about? To Catch a Predator. Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. I used to watch that show so much. Yes. That's probably why I was scared. And GUD instead of GOOD. Yes. You just being lazy. You just being lazy and not even creatively lazy. I write WYA because I need the answer ASAP. Yeah, WYA. I feel like Where You At is a good one. I feel like WYD is a good one, even though I feel like it's overused. But I feel like some abbreviations completely make sense. And yes, like sometimes you just want to write like an abbreviation. You don't feel like writing it all the way out. Cause like I said, I started using at this point like ATP, and I use RN for right now. So I use them, but some of this stuff is getting out of hand. You just look illiterate. Chat room was a thing in the late 90s. IDK. IDK. Yeah, I say IDK all the time. And IDC for I don't care. Thought is the dumbest. Oh my goodness. It was so stupid to me when it first came out. But it was like so popular. I can't lie. I did use it plenty of times. And WD. Yeah. What do you mean? I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know what WD I haven't even I didn't know what that was until you just wrote it, but I think it's what do you mean? But now that I know it, I'm gonna start. I see what I say is why no WYM for what you mean. But I might start putting WYDM because that's correct grammar. Kayla, you're crazy. I don't know if I want to date a guy that abbreviates. If you do, it's most likely going to be a young man that does that. Older men, they don't do that. They don't do that abbreviation stuff. My uncle just learned I remember my uncle learned how to do happy birthday, HBD. That's all he did. I'm like, now you need to start writing it out. Now all of a sudden you always want to say HBD for happy birthday on Facebook. I didn't know what BAE meant before anyone else. What? Now, see, when are you using that? That's how the game culture tags came about, all these acronyms before anything else. So y'all really use BAE, Bay. Y'all really use that? When do it like it's your B day. Do it like it's your B day. Do whatever. But I'm just like, what? Yeah. BAE sounds unnecessary. It does. And HBD is very impersonal. Like, please, just write just write happy birthday. Now, if I don't feel like writing happy birthday, I might write happy B day. I might do that. But HBD, I wouldn't do HBD to nobody. What I thought Bae was just a replacement for your boy. Exactly. See, we from the same era, but I think BAE. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I don't know. Like 2015 is when Bae was popular. I never got anybody to use it on. No, I'm just kidding. If you say HBD to me, I'm not responding right. My mom writes with emojis at the wrong time. I'll never forget when we were going to a funeral and she texts me, "You have the address for the funeral," and she put a casket. No, she didn't. Do not let older people get a hold to emojis. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. I'm glad my mama don't know how to text. I love using T9 texting. Oh my goodness, my best friend back then, she loved T9. I could never get with T9. I could never get with T9. I had to literally type it out. T9 did not work for me. She put the casket. I can't believe your mama did. I use HBD for my cousins that I don't really rock with. Courtesy posts. Basically. Basically, that's for the people you don't fool with for real. You just put HBD. You might as well. I'm just doing this to be nice. Here, take your little happy birthday and go on. Basically, that's the way I take it. T9 stressed me out. Yes, it stressed me out. I couldn't get with it. I saw this meme when a person thought this was crying and they put it under a death announcement. Oh my goodness. No. You do not need emojis. If you think that emoji is crying and you put it under a death take their phone away. You're banned. You're banned from texting. You're banned from the internet. Somebody take your phone. Because if you're putting a laughing emoji thinking it's a crying emoji under a death announcement, you need to be banned. You need to be banned. Y'all, I gotta go. I gotta go for real. I am on here for way too long. Oh my goodness. Let me get off of here. HBD has to be my bad for being born. Let me get out of here. I can't. Old people need typing and emoji literacy classes. Yeah, for real, for real. Or just don't use them because y'all don't know what y'all doing. Bye, y'all. I gotta go. I gotta go, y'all. But I'm gonna try to bring Girl Talk back. It's either gonna be on Monday or Tuesdays because yeah, that's just the best day for me. But I will see you later on. This was so fun. I'll see you in my next one. Good night.